Hey guys, I'm finally uploading quite frequently, and as you can see, today's video is about the IS200 in Ireland. Why is it so popular? Why is it rising in price? And what will happen to it in the future is all going to be happening in this video. However, I need to first say a bit about the history and why it's got such cult status. Here we go. I don't know about you, but I think this video is more than needed. The era of Mark II and Mark I escorts are over, and they're either now in sheds or they're being scrapped. Either way, it is not a great thing because the country has no car to simp over, as I like to call it, until 1999 when we got the Toyota Altezza and Lexus IS200. In certain parts of the world, it would be known as the Altezza, and in certain parts of the world, it would be known as the IS200. We didn't know which one we were getting. But when we finally got the Lexus IS200 back in 1999, we realized this car had some nostalgia to it, which is what I'm going to get into first. Why is this car got such a cult following? Honestly, it's mental. The story behind it is mental. Young and new people finally found this car and eventually said, you know what, this reminds me of the Mark I and Mark II. All of these were still in storage, obviously, or had been scrapped due to mechanical issues. And although it wasn't the fastest car and it wasn't, you know, the nicest to drive or the best, it still had that same driving feel, and after about 5,000 miles, this thing felt amazing to drive. It wanted to be thrashed, and honestly, people did thrash them, and at first, it wasn't very popular. You could pick one up for 200, 300 euros, which back then was pretty good, considering that it wasn't like it was a sports car and it was cheap. People eventually decided to kind of catch on, and eventually it became slowly more popular. But the biggest thing was the IS200 Turbo. Now, you don't see a lot of these anymore, and I think that we should, to be honest. More people need to restore them, because these things were mental. They had a single turbo, the same inline 4-cylinder, but they felt different. They were just power hungry. They only added the turbo about 25, 30 horsepower. Don't quote me on that, because I've never seen one. They're so super rare where I'm from. But yeah, these things were mental. 2010 is where they really started gaining their following, mainly because the Celtic Tiger boom had just ended in Ireland. Things were starting to recover, but people liked, you know, needed a new car. They needed something sporty, you know, to reflect what they've just done in the Celtic Tiger boom, and this is the time where people started buying the IS200. They saw it as a brilliant car, and this is where the prices rose from a couple of £100 to 3,000, 2,000, and this is where they start climbing. Eventually, it got to the point where the IS200 was so expensive that it became over 10 grand. In 2019 and 2020, they just hit the 10 grand mark, and they went up and up and up. Currently, you're seeing IS200s at a price of about 13 to 16,000, but you can see them for more. This shows really that, you know, these cars kind of worth a bit more, but it also just shows that people are mental. Imagine paying for a 20-year-old car, maybe 2000, 2001, 18 to 19,000, which is what I've seen some listed at, and they're only gonna get higher. What do I see in the future for the IS200? I've been asked this question a lot, so I thought I'd answer it in this video. I don't know. To be honest, they're eventually going to end up like the Mark I and Mark II, where there's going to be not a lot of them left, and they'll be put into storage to be reserved, or they'll just be scrapped, like a lot of them are being at the moment. And with, you know, COVID, all these wars, and a great recession probably on the horizon, I don't know. Eventually, people will probably switch to the IS300, maybe even 250s, because they are still here and popular, you know. Just a thought, they actually look kind of better. people, could you buy them? And honestly, the IS200 would then, the overratedness would probably go away after a while, I'd say, and maybe they'll just be cool cars to have. Otherwise, people will hate them again, hate them more than ever, I don't know, we'll have to see. But honestly, this video was very short. A lot of it was, you know, kind of inspired by a retro garage video I've seen recently. However, not all of it was. I did get some proper sources for research, you know, and whenever I could, I got from official people who know what they're doing. I got some advice for this video. And honestly, I wanted to make it a lot longer. I wanted to make it like 10 minutes or so of just talking about the history or whatever. But I just unfortunately had no time to make that. I had not a lot of information, not a lot of sources, because there's not many people in Ireland, is there really? But if you want to see more of this, and I think you probably will, well, I don't know how this video is going to do, but if it does well, I will make more of this. Make more on the Irish car scene, more on other car scenes like Brazil, Africa, and you know, we'll go over some cars, you know? I think this video is about to wrap up, and if you have enjoyed it, smash like, leave a nice comment, or a mean one. I like constructive criticism, I don't care. So yeah, we'll see you in another video.
Nice.